Do you believe you will be the biggest automotive YouTuber in the world?
I think
From junkyard wrecks to supercar glory, Matt Armstrong doesn't just fix cars, he resurrects them. But what happens when you drop $415,000 on a dead Lamborghini Murciélago that hasn't run in 7 years? And the engine isn't even inside the car? Today we're diving into Matt's wildest, riskiest, and most expensive project yet, turning a V12 paperweight into a 200-mile-per-hour monster. And along the way, we're checking in on his most recent jaw-dropping builds, including Marcus Rashford's totaled Rolls-Royce Wraith, a fully flooded Range Rover, and a snarling AMG Black Series clone that sounds like thunder.
Oh my God!
Buckle up, this one's ridiculous. Matt's Murciélago is the definition of a dream car, and a mechanic's worst nightmare. Before landing in Matt's hands, this Italian icon had been sitting idle for over 7 years, abandoned, untouched, and decaying. Why? The engine had been removed and stored separately. The oiling system was shot, and no one wanted to touch it due to the complexity of reviving a V12 supercar from this state. It had essentially become a garage trophy for a previous owner who lost interest, or maybe just lost the nerve. Matt saw what most wouldn't, an opportunity to breathe life back into an automotive legend that most had written off as dead weight. It sat dead for 7 years. The V12 engine was out. The oil system looked like a crime scene. And yet, Matt dropped over $415,000 on it because, well, he's Matt. The goal? Turn this Italian fossil into a fire-breathing daily driver. Step 1. Rebuilding the iconic 6.2-liter high-revving V12. With 580 horsepower when new, it was already savage. But Matt wanted more. After chasing down rare OEM parts, resealing every gasket, and deleting multiple oil leaks, he finally dropped the engine back in with a thunderous first start.
After months of work, today is finally the day we put the Murciélago engine back in the Murciélago and start it for the first time. Yes! Yes!
It didn't stop there. He upgraded the exhaust system to a custom straight-piped setup that can make ears bleed at 20 paces. Add in modern suspension tuning and custom wheels, and suddenly you've got a Murciélago that's not just back from the dead, it's better than ever. Oh, and the best part? Matt actually drives it. Rain, potholes, drive-thrus, you name it. No trailer queens here. Just when you think reviving a dead Lamborghini is as wild as it gets, picture this. A $500,000 luxury coupe once owned by Premier League superstar Marcus Rashford, smashed on one side like it lost a bar fight with a bus. The wreck? Beyond ugly. But Matt saw more than twisted metal. He saw a challenge worth tackling next. Matt bought it for $230,000. But the parts? Nearly impossible to find. So what did he do? He bought another Rolls-Royce for parts. Yep. The repair list is longer than a CVS receipt.
This is the most expensive car I would have ever bought if
Entire interior rewired, custom forged carbon panels, $44,000 in blue leather reupholstery, $7,100 exhaust setup, a blacked out rear bumper and trim. Oh, and Rashford himself helped Matt with sourcing parts and funding.
Hit it well! Oh, amazing! Oh, that's Ronaldo!
That's right, Matt fixed a footballer's ride with the footballer's help. And the final result? A flawless Wraith that looks even better than when it left the showroom. From repairing a footballer's rolls to tackling something that looked more at home on the ocean floor than the road, Matt turned his attention to a Range Rover Vogue so far gone, it might as well have been scuba certified. When Matt got it, it was waterlogged, flood damage everywhere, mold, shorted electronics, and an interior that smelled like expired seaweed. Most people would have lit a match, but Matt grabbed a wrench. He completely stripped the interior down to bare metal, tearing out the soggy carpets, shorted wiring, and mildew-covered trim. Every electronic component was inspected or replaced. The 3.0-liter diesel V6 was carefully disassembled, cleaned, and rebuilt to factory spec. Once the engine came back to life, Matt upgraded the exterior with a full 2018 model facelift conversion. To finish the transformation, he wrapped the body in stealthy satin black and threw on massive 23-inch alloy wheels. Inside, the refreshed interior was reupholstered to feel as plush as a new showroom ride. This build wasn't about speed, it was about resurrection, turning a vehicle from total loss to luxury once again. This is the kind of challenge Matt thrives on. It went from being fish food to flex mode. Still riding that wave of momentum, Matt took on a project that's pure muscle and madness rolled into one. One of Matt's most aggressive builds yet is a Mercedes C63 transformed into a full Black Series clone. It started life in rough shape, wrecked, sad, and sitting silent.
It's always exciting buying a new car. It was exciting for me 4 months ago when I bought this.
But Matt saw the potential, a fire-breathing 6.2-liter V8 with enough torque to rotate the earth. He added a full Black Series body kit, widened arches, carbon everything, and a no-nonsense exhaust that's equal parts thunder and war cry. Under the hood is a high-displacement V8 engine that doesn't rely on turbochargers or superchargers. It delivers raw power the old-school way, with brute force and serious lungs. Once finished, this might be the most savage car Matt's ever built. And yes, he's building it on a budget. Matt's receipts on this one are less AMG dealership and more eBay plus elbow grease. Despite the costs, the craftsmanship is insane. And the sound? Pure mechanical rage. But if you think building a Black Series on a budget is wild, wait until you hear about the BMW that crashed into a house. No joke. This wasn't just some fender bender. This M3 had never even been driven. 400 meters on the odometer. That's less than a quarter of a mile. The dealership tags were still hanging, the plastic wrap was still on the seats, and then, bam! It got T-boned into the front of someone's actual home. The damage? Devastating. The entire front end was obliterated. Bumper gone, headlights smashed, bonnet bent like a soda can. Windows were cracked. Rear screen shattered. Even the interior airbags had gone off like fireworks on New Year's. The car looked like it had been through a demolition derby before it even made it to its first oil change. So naturally, Matt bought it. He knew this wouldn't be a quick fix. But for a guy who rebuilt a Murciélago from a pile of parts, a smashed-up G80 M3 was just the next chapter. Step by step, he brought this thing back to life, starting with a complete front-end overhaul, carbon fiber Adro front bumper, yellow daytime running lights for that motorsport aggression, and replacement radiators and a fresh cooling system sourced on a budget from breakers' yards. Then came the surgery at the rear, damaged quarter panels, a realignment of the suspension geometry, and new trailing arms to fix the compromised structure. Inside, it was a full reset. Dashboard, airbags, seat belts, everything had to be rebuilt, recoded, and reinstalled. Even bleeding the BMW's notoriously tricky cooling system required a vacuum fill system and a lot of patience. At this point, the car has racked up around $47,000 in repair costs. But here's the kicker. Once fully completed, its market value shoots up to nearly $75,000. And unlike some flippers who would sell and walk away, Matt's plan? Keep it, daily it, track it, maybe even mod it further. This M3 isn't just a comeback story, it's a mic drop. A brand new car, totaled before it lived, and Matt gave it a second chance. But that's not the end of the madness. Matt also picked up a 2017 Porsche 718 Cayman S that had been completely rolled over in a crash. The roof was pancaked, the suspension was twisted, and most of the panels were crumpled beyond repair. But instead of parting it out, Matt saw a track monster in the making. He stripped it to the chassis, installed a custom roll cage, and began sourcing GT4 parts to transform it into a race-inspired build. The engine, a turbocharged 2.5-liter flat 4, got a fresh tune and upgraded intercooler. Inside, the dash was gutted and fitted with a digital display, bucket seats, and race harnesses. The body was widened slightly with lightweight panels, and Matt even fitted a functional rear wing for real downforce. This isn't just a recovery, it's an evolution. And when it hits the track, it's going to surprise a lot of people. Matt Armstrong doesn't just rebuild wrecked supercars. He gives them a second life and often transforms them into machines that outperform the originals. Whether it's squeezing out extra horsepower, enhancing the styling, or just making the undrivable drive again, Matt's approach is all about elevating the potential of every project he touches. From a drowned Range Rover to a resurrected Lamborghini V12, every car in his garage has a backstory, battle scars, and now, bragging rights. If you thought this lineup was nuts, wait until you see what Matt's cooking up next. Word on the street? There's a crashed McLaren project hiding under a tarp, and a rumored twin-turbo swap that might turn the supercar world upside down. Smash that like button if you think this Murciélago is one of the coolest revivals on YouTube, and drop a comment. Which one of Matt's insane builds would you want to drive for a day? And don't forget to subscribe for more wild rebuilds. See you next time, gearheads!